Greetings everybody, welcome to another Fwoosh video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Hasbro's Transformers Combiner Wars Generations Motormaster figure. Motormaster, of course, being the leader of the Stunticons, the Decepticon Combiner team. And Motormaster, of course, here is a Voyager scale figure, so he's a little bit bigger than the deluxe scale figures we've been looking at over the past couple weeks. And on the back of the box here, we see, well, there's a little bit of information about him. I mean, there's a small paragraph here, translated about 4 times, and it reads, Motormaster punishes enemies and allies alike with the brute force of a tyrant, breeding fear and hatred in all who encounter him, even his Stunticon teammates. So, Motormaster sounds like a pretty tough customer. So, and he's also the main torso part of Menasor, the Stunticon Combiner form. So, I'm going to get Motormaster out of the packaging here, and we're going to take a look at this guy. It looks like he's a retool of the recently released Voyager Optimus Prime. So, let's take a look and see what Motormaster has to offer. Sit tight. Here is Motormaster outside of the packaging, and he is a pretty darn nice looking Voyager class figure. I love the grays with the black and purple accents. He just looks awesome. The colors almost remind me of Megatron a little bit, but not too much. Now, Motormaster was always the original kind of evil version of Optimus Prime. He was the black tractor trailer who tore things up in the cartoon. But since those days, he's kind of lost some ground to Nemesis Prime, and then also in the most recent Transformers movie, Galvatron. But here he is back finally with what looks to be a pretty good figure. Now we can get a look at him from all sides, and not too bad. He's got this kind of black backpack here that we'll look at later. But all in all, not too shabby, and he is on the larger size. Here he is with Wild Rider, aka Breakneck, and Motormaster is a good deal larger than his teammates, who will go on to form the limbs of Menasor, while Motormaster, of course, forms the torso and the head. So how about we get him transformed to his alt mode, and we'll see what that's all about here. Not that bad a transformation. I've only done it once, so I'm doing it by memory here. Now, as I recall, the first thing we want to do is flip his head down inside his torso, and it just kind of rotates in like this. It snaps in place kind of nicely, and now presto, no more head. Then his arms, we can flip them around just like this. The feet flip down, and then his legs kind of locking together like that. And then his entire kind of torso kind of folds back like that, and then his legs fold down. This little contraption back here can just be flipped down like that. Then his arms just kind of fold in, and you can tell already they are forming the front of the truck. And those two, everything here should tab together nice and securely. Keyword is always should. There we go. So we should have something like that so far. And then his arms just kind of fold down and in like that. Then down here there's a tab where those side panels lock in, kind of like that. These things can be flipped back. He's got, like, you know, that tractor trailer spoiler that I guess they have. And that's all it's left to do is flip these panels up. And then, let me show you, there's a tab right here and a tab slot right there. Just kind of flips up and locks in place on both sides. If I did this right, something feels not totally in place here. They don't want to lock in. There we go. Nope, that one came out again. It does take some doing to get it locked in. There we go, I think that's it. And that's basically him in his alt mode. And it is a pretty sharp looking alt mode, I think, for a, you know, kind of sinister looking Optimus Prime. I love the purple windows, and the silver and the gray and the gold, and even the black. All looks really good. Well, it looks like that thing tabbed out again. It just does not want to lock in. See, the first time I did this, I had no issues here. Now all of a sudden there's issues. Oh, there it goes. Okay, here's Motormaster back in his robot mode, and tell you what, let's get a close-up of his face while we're at it. It's just kind of a mean-looking guy, this Motormaster character. Anyway, let's take a look at him in his combined form, where he forms the torso and head of Menasor. So once again, the first thing we got to do is flip his head down and around, and then his elbows kind of swivel, and there's a tab here that goes into a slot that's located right over here, and it should just kind of snap in kind of snugly somehow, maybe. There we go. Doesn't always want to do that. We got to do it on both sides, of course, because everything is symmetrical. Just kind of make that tab. There we go. Okay, and then his hands fold back for some reason. I'm not quite sure why they do that. And then we can flip his lower torso around, and his legs, their lower legs kind of swivel out like so. And then about 2 ratchets, or thereabouts, you'll see there's a tab right here and one on the other side, and there's tab slots here and here. Those flip up and they tab in place, and basically that just makes his lower torso nice and sturdy for when the other Stunticons kind of lock in place. And then this kind of folds out and flips down. That becomes his, well, crotch basically. And then this piece opens, and that reveals his head, and that whole thing kind of flips up, and there we have Menasor looking all mean and nasty. So that is Motormaster in his combined form from Menasor, and does not look bad, looks kind of cool. And I cannot wait to get him all fully assembled with all the Stunticons. We've got one more to go, one more to look at still this week. We're going to be looking at Blackjack, the little Legends class figure, which I guess fits right in this space here in the combined form. Though I hear it doesn't work out all that well, but you know, we'll take our own look and see what we think. Anyway, that is Motormaster. That is the torso and head of Menasor. So as always, thank you for checking us out here on the Fwoosh. Check us out on social media, on Facebook and Twitter, and on our own message boards, where there is a lengthy discussion about Transformers Generations taking place as we speak. So as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again really soon. Menasor in all his combined form glory is coming up real quick here, so be sure to check back.